Yo ho ho! Welcome back. Another episode
of the Amazing Survivors podcast. I'm Tron and
I'm Tremaine. And episode 1.
We're here to break down the very first episode of season 47 of Survivor. A lot happened on this episode. I guess it was pretty quiet until the immunity challenge.
I feel like they covered a lot of ground overall.
Which they usually do. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people, full tribes, 3 of them.
Yeah, it's hard to hit everyone, but I feel like, I don't know, I don't feel like everyone finds like an idol or a beware advantage like day 1. Yeah. Which was kind of entertaining.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So that definitely kind of sucked you in from the get-go. Yeah. The game is afoot.
The game is afoot. And we got good old Jeff back here. Just love that guy.
He's not going anywhere anytime soon.
No.
But yeah, so they pull up on the beach just in boats. Jeff does quite a few introductions right off the top, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, and I'm never I don't really care because half the people I'm not going to remember. And, it's just... I do he's like, guy on the left.
Like he doesn't know.
Right there.
It's like, Jeff, you helped cast these people. You've talked to, as you said, talked to at least some of them for hours on end. Yeah. So, yeah, it is kind of funny. He tries to give them, or give the audience that illusion.
That he's just meeting them and
first time.
Yeah, nothing really honestly stood out to me too much in those introductions and just everyone talking. I kind of just felt myself being like, let's go, come on, let's get to the challenge.
I kind of wish Jeff was just do your speech, knock it out of the park, and then boom, let's get in the challenge.
Yeah.
But he does walk him down to the challenge, which is down the beach a little bit, which is a little different. And so the challenge, 2 at a time. Of course, they jump right into mud. Yeah. Like every first challenge, they want to get them dirty. From Jeff's saying, they make their own mud for these challenges. They import dirt.
Oh yeah, because it's all sand there.
Yeah, they import the dirt and they have a formula to making it the right consistency.
It's just to make it extra sloppy.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, from what I've heard from contestants, that mud, that net, is pretty heavy.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
On your head.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about this because everyone is just filthy dirty covered. I would pop my shirt up when I'm going through,
just have it
just
over your
so
face.
it doesn't get all over my face and I can just get through. I wonder if they don't like that.
Yeah, who knows?
I'm willing to give it a try. Give me a call.
Yeah.
But yeah, they go through the mud. They have to go through the jungle, undo some rope to get their puzzle pieces, and then haul them back.
Right. 2 at a time.
2 at a time.
Doesn't seem very difficult.
No. And then, you put the puzzle together at the end.
Which is just your basic Survivor block puzzle. It's pretty straightforward, I feel.
Pretty straightforward, but Yellow Tribe, they're at the very end. They're behind the whole way, and then they pull it out at the end really quickly. Yeah. And it looked like the other 2 tribes weren't even close to solving their puzzles.
Yeah, for sure.
I also wonder, can you switch people out on the puzzle, or do you have to stick with the 2 people you pick?
I don't know.
I'd be interested to find out.
It would be interesting, but pretty boring, I felt, the challenge. It was
pretty straightforward.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But hey, they got their supplies.
A whole machete, pot, and flint.
Yeah.
And then the twist of the game is the other 2 loser tribes have to send 1 individual to go on the journey and compete against each other.
Which was kind of interesting because the one tribe basically just, they're like, okay, you go. Yeah. And then the other one, they had the 3 people that all kind of wanted to go. And they're like, okay, we're going to do rock and scissors, and the odd one out's going to go on the journey. Yeah. And so 2 of them throw rock and 1 throws paper, which I'm like, I wonder if he meant to do that, like just to like throw it all off, right? And just, I don't know, but so yeah,
TK and Asia head out on that.
Who is the girl that kind of like took charge of that and was like, we're all throwing rock or scissors?
Oh my gosh,
I don't know. She was kind of like annoyingly bossy, I felt. So watch for that coming up.
Yeah, I didn't write that down. So I'm not sure who it was. Yeah. But okay, would you want to go on the journey or
not at this point? No.
Yeah.
This is first day. Like you gotta get back with your tribe and
meet some people.
Yeah, meet some people. And,
kind of lay down a foundation.
Talk game, find a alliance. Like
yeah. And because you're either the hero or the villain coming back.
Yeah, and either way, you've missed so much. Like you have to be like, this is the first time you're with your tribe and
everybody's there,
everything going. Yeah, so I think it's a big disadvantage going on this trip, especially if it's just for supplies. I'm like, if there was like a idol or something involved, maybe, but
that's the other reason I wouldn't want to go is like I can work with my tribe as I'm building the shelter. I can be looking for an idol because I know one's back at camp. So that's what we'll get into. Okay, my other question is, and maybe I should know this, but I feel like they must have like a stack of bamboo in the back for them to carry.
Yeah, because all that bamboo is like perfect length, like no leaves on it, just like poles.
Not only that, it's like you never see a bamboo tree on these islands.
Ever. Yeah. And I thought about that too when, I can't remember who it was, but he was carrying like 3 or 4 of them out of these trees. I'm like, where? No. Like, that looks like
that's
way too manufactured.
Yeah,
like,
right? Oh,
yeah. Right. I think they have pre-cut and bamboo.
Well, that's what I always wonder too is like, okay, how big a stack of bamboo do you get? Because I want as big a stack as I can get because I feel like I can make a good shelter. Yeah. Just keep giving me more bamboo.
Right.
But I think they only have a certain amount.
Yeah.
But, so like they go back. We'll just go to the journey. So TK and Asia are going, and they, of course, they have this box. It's got locks on it, different symbols, and basically. It's one-on-one. They each get a path to go on. That path, or each path has a picture, and they got to go find the next picture.
Right.
And I think they have
a couple keys along the way.
Yeah.
So they each have 3 keys, and then the 4th key to open the box is somewhere that they have to find once they get their 3 keys.
Yeah.
And it didn't look super hard. Like the pictures were super straightforward. It just had a picture of the surrounding and a little circle where the key was. And usually like some rock formations or whatever.
Yeah.
Didn't seem very difficult.
I want to know, man, this is why I want to go on Survivor. I want to know, okay, how big of an area are we looking at? It didn't look
super big because when she was like looking in one area, he was like
not far,
20 feet away.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Which is also hilarious.
Yeah.
Because she couldn't get back out to the beach.
I know.
And he bushwhacked it.
Yeah, which was like,
holy crap.
She was crushing him.
Oh, yeah.
She got all the keys, and then she's like, where's the path? I got to find the path. I'm like, just go to the beach. Just go down. Like, you know where the beach is, just go. So she kept looking for the path while he caught up and then passed her because he's like, I don't know where the path is. I'm just cruising.
Yeah, I'm going through the trees and call it good. And that's eventually what won him.
Yeah.
Which is also funny because we do have the quarterback position where it's like that buoy seems pretty easy to spot.
Yeah, yeah. Which I kind of get because it looks, I don't know, it didn't look like it was out of the water all the time.
Yes, slightly.
I think when like the waves came over, it kind of was over, and then if like in this part it was like kind of on the water. Maybe you could
see it because the wave was blocking you.
Yeah, so I get like it might be kind of hard to find. I don't know.
But I also feel like those pictures were pretty specific.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'm going to judge about how far that is. it's going to be that distance.
Plus, like the whole time they're going down, it's like they're up on a hill. They're going down to the water. I would imagine you could see it from up there if you're paying attention.
Well, especially in that Fijian water, it's pretty freaking clear.
Yeah. So TK gets there first and starts like undoing it or whatever, and then it was Aisha.
Yeah.
She kind of like gets over to it and like. He clearly has it, and then she kind of like tries to sneak it out of his hands or something. I don't know. It was just like, weird.
Nope, don't do that.
I know. I'm like, I wouldn't have done that. I would have been like, good job, man.
Good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost better to go, you know what? Good on you. Let's meet up later on at the merge.
Right, which they didn't talk about. Well, they didn't show at least them talking anything about like a later on thing, which is like, if you're going to be skipping out on your tribe and doing this, like you might as well be building this friendship with whoever you're there with.
Exactly.
So I was kind of annoyed that it looked like neither one of them even tried to
just go.
Yeah, tried to like set something up for the merge, but
So TK comes back as the hero with supplies. His tribe's super stoked. And then they're going to get firewood, him and Gabe, and they have this tree that's fallen over, and Gabe sees the beware advantage just sitting right there at the break of the tree, which seemed kind of easy to find because this tree was across the path. Yeah. So it's a little bit
both of them
set up.
Well, I guess the other one was a little more hidden. It was kind of in, like you're saying, kind of the like crook of a tree, but it was covered with like a leaf or something, but didn't look too hard to find either.
And so, Gabe, he gets that. He finds out he's got to dig on the path where the tree was across. Or maybe not where the tree was, but you go straight to the path. You're supposed to dig there. So he does. But in doing that, he's recruited Sue to be his lookout. He gets the box.
Because him and Sue talked about it, and he just kind of was all about it. I don't know if she's as about it as he is. Being in an alliance,
because Sue's got options already.
She's got options, Caroline's. And he was just like out of the gate, like, it's you and me. This is I freaking got you, and I'm like,
well, it's also comparative to on the Yellow Tribe, Andy and Rachel. Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe it's because I've dated a lot, but. When someone's that eager, it's like, oh my gosh, like it's that desperate girl who just wants to be in a relationship with anybody, and it's like, no, this is not attractive.
No, I mean, to like Sue's point and everyone, I'd be like, yeah, sure, let's do it, and then just keep my options open.
And make an alliance with everyone, kind of like Teeny. Yeah, she's trying to be everyone's number one. Yeah, 100%. Which is the way to go. Yeah,
do that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's a few of these people that I'm just like, what is your gameplay strategy here? This is so dumb.
Have you never watched?
Right, and I think it was John when they were doing introductions, and he was like, because we've all like thought about what type of player we're gonna be and how to like play the game, and now this is kind of scary because it's putting that to the test. And I'm like, I don't think some of these people thought they were going to play the game like they're actually playing it. Because some of
or how they come across.
I do not know. Like, Gabe is just so bad at being like sneaky about this idol. So is Rome, and like.
Well, that's the thing. Like Rome has gone a lot. His tribe's talking about it. Yeah. You're also from a lot to deal with, you know, because you're so loud. And so my thing is, it's like, okay, you found this advantage day 1 or 2. And you're going nuts trying to get all these clues. But it's like, okay, it would be more important to me, like, okay, I'm going to bide my time to figure these clues out. But I also have to find out, am I going to need my vote at tribal? And am I going to need this? And so it's like, what's the rush? Like, I feel like they're rushing so much.
100%.
That they're playing way dumb. Yeah. And their whole tribe is going to blow up their game.
For sure.
And it's going to be like, you did all this for nothing because you're going to be voted out.
Right. Yeah, and I feel like people are kind of playing, they're saying they're playing a game one way, but acting a different way. Like, was it Andy that was kind of like, you just need like 2 people, or like, he had some math equation.
Yeah.
And he's like, you just need like 2 or 3 or whatever, however many people, and blah, blah, blah. And then he's just like stuck on Rachel or whatever. And I'm like, dude, you said you need more people. Like, what are you doing? Like, go make more people. And like, it shows him and her, or maybe him and John talking. I can't remember who it was. And then like all the rest of the people were like together, like forming this bond. And I'm like, okay, well, there goes your game.
Yeah, you're up a creek. It's just crazy to me. Yeah. And so, yes, I understand the game's faster and whatnot, but sometimes the most important thing in this game, you have to let people come to you.
Yeah.
But you have to be in the group. You have to be in the majority of the time. You can't just go off by yourself.
Because honestly, it just seems like so stupid, like going off by yourself, but also just like singling out like one person and just being like, should we be like alliance to the end or whatever? I'm like, no, like let that kind of grow, right? Like, I mean, be with the group and just like get to know each other. If you're on a one-on-one situation, just don't like hit it hard. Just like maybe talk a little bit about gameplay. Oh, who do you like? You know, like all this stuff.
I kind of equated to, once again, to dating. It's like, yeah, she's hot, but she's probably crazy. So it's not like if you had a one-night stand, it's not like you want to have a baby with this person, right? It's like, oh, she might be hot. I'd rather take the girl that's extremely pretty, not crazy, and you actually have other things that you can build upon.
And that's the whole thing. It's kind of like, it's just like taking your time to weigh out your options and get to know people. Otherwise, it just comes off very disingenuous and just like, you're probably saying this to everyone. So why would I feel like you're actually serious about being like a final 2, like ride or die, when you just like out of the gates, I haven't even said hello to you, and you're like, let's do this. So.
Well, it's also funny that everyone, it seems like most are back at camp, and they hear Gabe, the box rolls down the hill.
Yeah, that was the funniest. So he gets the first key, right? Yeah. So he gets that, and it says, hey, you've got an advantage that can be used at one tribal, or at your first tribal or something. And then it says, or you can
do this next task.
Do the next task, and you'll get one for that goes 3. And so he chooses that, stuffs the little idol down into the next box, and then he's like trying to get down the hill, and the box just like rolls, and he just watches it, and everyone's like, oh, is Gabe coming back? And they're like, that didn't sound like a person.
Well, like, that's the other thing that blows my mind. If it was me, I think I would understand what sounds like a rock going down the hill
and what
sounds like a piece, like a box with metal going down the hill.
And why do you take it up there in the first place?
Joe, like take it down to the sand and bury it. Yeah.
All of it. I was like, this guy is not idiot. Sneaky at all. Ugh. He's like, bull in a china shop, dude. It's just,
it's so brutal.
I don't think anyone else is like very like thrown by it.
No, and TK walked up on him. I don't know what's up there.
That was my favorite spot. Like he's like, oh, I don't know, let's figure it out. And then it's a key, and he's like, oh, did we get the key before the advantage? I've never seen that happen before. I'm like, why are you saying that? Just like try to like be a little like sneakier about this. And I don't think TK was fooled at all. He's just like,
his confession was like, oh, we're not as close as I thought we were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's just a cluster.
It's such a cluster, dude. It's such a cluster. And then on the other hand, you have Rome that found his, and he's always searching for an idol, and everyone's questioning him because he's always gone. And these people.
So I understand you want to play hard, but there's also tactics.
Yeah. And
some of these people have no tact.
Oh man, no.
Well, let's get to the immunity challenge.
Yeah, this one. Oh my gosh. Was something else, man. Like,
the ending was something.
I don't know if it's just because I do have experience with like canoes and kayaks and stuff, but like when I see people in these challenges, because you know there's going to be something with a boat or a kayak like each season, right?
And probably multiple.
Yeah, and so like maybe just like try a kayak somewhere, even in a swimming pool. Like exactly. I don't even care. So like the thing is they have to all get into a boat, and then they have to paddle it to 3 stations and collect these chests or whatever they are, and then like get to the beach, and then they have to basically pull the boat through a net and then build a puzzle and all that stuff. So he's like, go.
And the stations between chests are not far.
Not far at all.
Not far. Oh my God.
So he says, go. And immediately the yellow tribe just like right to the right. I'm like, you.
Not even close.
Not even close. They overshot. They just started going who knows where.
Well, I think the reason why, and
they had like more people on the left side. Well, the problem,
like they have Sam.
Yeah.
Who's going to be. He's going to be, stronger. When he's pulling and in the front, yeah, you're going to go that way.
Yeah.
But the problem is, you have to have a rudderman.
Mm-hmm.
You have no rudder. No. Like, Sam, you just row, and these people just stick their oar in the back to keep you back.
Yeah.
But obviously.
Just have balanced people and paddle on the right when you need to go left. Like, it just blew my mind, and it just got worse from there. I was like, I don't know, like, I'm like, they're screwed. But then you had, like, blue team or something. They tipped their boat over right off the bat.
Yeah, they get the one chest, and then they're working on the next, and flip it over. Which, okay, I want to know, once again, how long do you get to strategize with your team? Because, I'm sorry, I can figure this out pretty quickly. Like, this is not rocket science. This is pretty straightforward stuff.
No.
And I know you're excited. It's your first challenge. You don't want to lose and go to tribal. But a little bit of planning is going to help a whole lot.
Oh, 100%.
And when Yellow Tribe, when they get to the first one, Sam's on there. Then Andy jumps from the boat to get on there, and it pushes the boat farther away. And it's like,
why did you do that, man?
No, grab the pontoon, pull your boat so it's right next to it, slide that thing on.
It just blew my mind. I don't know if it's just people aren't like aware with this kind of thing, or if it's the adrenaline, maybe both. I don't know. And then they tipped over too. It was just like chaos, and that wasn't even the worst part of the whole thing. It was like at the very end.
Exactly. And while these two disasters are happening, Lavo
just
smooth sailing. Man. And my gosh, they were done with the puzzle pretty much by the time the other two teams hit the beach with their boat.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that was easy.
Right.
Thank you, Jeff. We'll take a statue.
Yeah, so easy. So then another statue's up for grabs.
Yeah.
And they're both kind of struggling to get their boats through that net because they probably wasted so much energy because they flipped their boats and
so much
everything.
Energy. They're just gassed.
It was just ridiculous.
And then the puzzle, like, I don't know. Like, I understand there's two, like, it's not just one set of blocks.
Yeah, it's like a 3D cube.
But you're going to know where one block goes and then figure things out from there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It didn't seem that hard, but my gosh, you gotta struggle.
And here was the first indication of the downfall of Andy. He just goes to the side and lays down in the sand. And like no one really notices, and then Jeff's like, "Are you okay? You okay?" And he like runs over to him, and he's just like, "I just gave it all." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Are you just resting, or do you need medical?" He's like, "I need everything." I'm like, "What does that mean, dude? What?"
Oh my god!
Like, clearly, this guy's like losing his mind. I think he was just like heat stroke. I think it was just like he is probably just, I don't know what day this is. 3. So. Not much food for 3 days, probably dehydrated as well. Like, he just looked rough, dude.
I'm sorry. They're also casting people that he doesn't look that great of shape.
Yeah.
And so between not eating, probably sleeping not great, and then...
No, he's not sleeping good because he didn't sleep. And he got up and talked to Rachel, and she's like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. And then also the adrenaline and the physical exertion kind of all culminates. And also the paranoia of I'm on the bottom.
Yeah, which I don't even know where he got that.
I don't either.
So, anyway, they end up losing.
Yeah. Tuku wins, and it's like not close.
So then as always, Jeff like gets them in their groups and is just like kind of talking to them, and just Andy just starts running his mouth,
which is
like
what?
Yeah,
God freak.
I was blown away.
It was so funny though. The things that he's saying is like, you really have some social anxiety.
Yeah. So he was just like talking about how he just like was giving it his all because he felt like everyone hated him on his team and he was in the bottom. And Jeff is kind of just like, dude, suck it up, man. Like so many people would kill to be in this position. Like this is a badge of honor being on here. It's not over till it's over. Like we've seen crazier stuff happen. You think you're going home, but the vote could be on someone entirely else. Like you don't know. And he's just like spiraling in his head.
Like, I was going to throw my best friend John under the bus.
Yeah, which is like, why would you ever say that? He's just sitting there like so like casually. Yeah.
He's and the one team's like, shh, don't say that.
Yeah, on a different team, she's like, what is this dude doing?
It's so crazy. Oh my gosh.
Which like, I feel like this is a bit like Emily from, was it last season, 2 seasons ago?
45.
Yeah.
Yeah, 45.
And she kind of was the same way at the first, right?
She couldn't shut her mouth.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, just stop, just chill. Like, everything's fine. You're going to go home or you're not. And like, just,
it is what it is.
Yeah. But like, this dude just being like, I was contemplating throwing my best friend out. Or like, John's my best friend. Yeah. Which, first of all, probably don't say that. Second of all, then he's like, I was thinking about throwing him under the bus to like win this challenge. And I'm like, what? Like, how are you supposed to even do that? Like, what do you even mean by it? Why are you saying this in front of not just your tribe, but everybody? Like, and so everyone now knows you're like a loose cannon. Yeah. You say things you shouldn't. You're unpredictable, which is not ever a good thing to be aligned with.
No. Oh my gosh. Unpredictability. That's who you want to take to the end.
Yeah, you just don't want to have to rely on them.
No, you don't want to rely on them. Oh, heck no. But it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I understand like they didn't cheer for you when you cracked open the coconut. Yeah. But you gotta be a duck and let that water roll off your back and go, cool. Well, I'm still getting used to this. It is what it is. But it's all about those one-on-one conversations you got to have. And I'm sorry, the paranoia got to him so bad. And it's like, holy crap, dude. Like,
what? It's been 3 days,
you want to win, but you're killing yourself.
100%. So then...
they go back to...
Yeah, they go back to the camp.
Yeah.
Just like everyone's probably like, what in the heck?
And this is what blows my mind. Like, John tries to repair ties with him, and it's just like, but I wonder if John's like, oh my gosh, I'm screwed. Because he talks to the girls, they're like, well, we'll just say you, because he was planning to vote you. Yeah. And on those times,
because everyone's kind of like, we'll just say you, and then we'll vote him off. And anytime you're like even a burner vote or like
you never want to be a burner
vote. Don't ever want to be that. Which I think then threw John a little like crooked, because then he was like, let's get out Annika, and I'm like,
that's who Andy's brought up. But right then it's like, okay, John, they just threw you under the bus to be the burner vote. Yeah. You got to go back to him and go, listen, Andy's throwing you under the bus. Yeah. He wants to vote you out. Yeah. But I'm not down with that. Let's get him out. He is not stable.
Yeah, it's a crappy position for John to be in, and great for the rest of the tribe, because the rest of the tribe, like you're saying, they're like, oh, Andy's crazy. it doesn't matter. But John is kind of a threat, and they're kind of aligned and whatever. So they're like, yeah, let's say his name. But you never want that, because who knows? It could go for you. It could not. But then I felt like to your point, he should have fought more for Andy rather than bringing up kind of a new name.
Oh yeah.
Especially one of the girls, that they seem to be pretty tight. So I'm like, this is probably not going to go well for you.
Yeah, you really just gotta go back to him and go, can we just right here agree that was crazy? And let's end this right now.
Let's not deal with this. This is going to hurt us in
this is going to kill all of us.
Every competition from here on.
Yeah. Like, I understand we need strength and whatnot, and he might be stronger than me, but
it's not stronger when he's laying on the beach. Yeah. Because he's got heat exhaustion.
He just blew his load, and he's nothing.
Yeah.
Like, he's done. And so it's just one of those things where it's like, no, let's just all be solid on this. Like, this is going to kill our tribe.
Yeah. Yeah,
loose slips, sink ships.
Instead, he goes after Annika, or whatever her name is, and tries to get everyone on board with that.
And then she walks through as the boys are all talking.
Yeah, which is like, okay, like, come on.
Just, I don't know. Like, it was funny too, because almost every commercial they did, John's right there, being the poster boy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I can understand the tribe going, you know what, he may be a loose cannon, but he is stronger. And John, because he can talk and persuade, he is the bigger threat. So let's
for sure. I think he put a target on his own back by trying to get out of this situation, and people realized, oh, this guy's actually a player. Yeah. It's going to be hard to beat him later on. Might as well shoot our shot now. Yeah. Which they also said about, one of the other tribes said it about someone else, and I can't remember now, but they kind of said the same thing, like, oh, this person's here to play. So you don't ever really want to get that. You just want to coast, man. Like, you don't want to be the worst, you don't want to be the best, you just want to be in that middle.
Right in the middle, and just have those two other people at least. Like, okay, we're good right here, us three, let's go. Yeah. Let's bring in one other person, two if need be, to get the
sacrificial lambs.
Yeah. And so it's just like, I don't know. Like, I feel a lot of these players, they're trying to play too hard, too fast. Yeah. But it's really like, if you are on a somewhat decent tribe, you can make the merge. That's 100%. When you can play.
100%. And if it's me, I'm becoming best friends with everyone on my tribe. I'm going to have my three, my ride or die core, but make everyone else feel like they're ride or die too. So that way, if your tribe loses and you got to vote someone out, you got a couple people you can vote out. If you don't, they think you're all super strong when you go to the merge.
Same thing like in 45. Yeah. You had D, Mama J, Austin, and the taller chap. Yeah. I can't remember his name.
I can't remember.
Funny dude. But I called him Lurp. But yeah, those four, they knew, okay, we're tight. They had Sifu on the outs that they voted out first. Yeah. I can't remember who the gal was, but you really have to establish that, and if you don't, you're done.
Which it doesn't really seem like any of these tribes have established that yet. It's the first episode, and who knows? Maybe they have, because I'm sure there's a lot more going on than they actually show. Yeah. But so we go to tribal. It's just kind of a joke.
I don't think it gets much better for anybody. No. You go to tribal and kind of talk about Andy just blowing up. Yeah. And Jeff talks about repairing alliance and what can you do with that. But I don't know. I think everyone's mind was made up. I bet that was one of the shorter tribals where it's just like,
I think it was too. Yeah.
We don't have to be here long.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like there had to be a conversation with Andy and the rest of the group, but maybe not. I don't know. They didn't show. So poor old Johnny boy gets the boot.
I wanted to watch him play longer.
I did too. I think he would have been pretty good later on during the merge, things like that. But just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess.
Watching a couple of other podcasts, they always talk about there's always one dysfunctional tribe.
Yeah.
And for some odd reason, we've picked it.
We've nailed them 2
And I thought this was the tribe I wanted to be on because they look so strong.
I know, but here we are.
Maybe I would suck at Survivor.
Yeah, obviously. I'd be like that person that's like, oh, everything's great.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I get voted off.
Like, suck.
Yeah.
I don't see that coming.
All right. So here's my question for you about next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Which tribe do you think is going to lose and have to go to tribal?
I think blue's going to lose.
Okay.
It's either blue or yellow. I think red's doing pretty good.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think it's one of those two.
But just for fun, I want to see blue lose.
Blue. I think it'll be yellow again.
It most likely will be.
Yeah.
Because I just don't see them doing very well.
Okay, so if blue loses, who's getting the boot?
A little bit of me is saying Gabe.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Because
he's my front runner to go.
Yeah, I feel like Carolyn, she doesn't want to work with Gabe.
No.
Not one bit.
No.
Sue, I think, is good. Let's see. Kyle, I think, is going to be just fine. TK is going to be just fine.
Yeah.
So,
I think
is
it's
it
Gabe.
Tiana?
I think it's Gabe.
I think so
on
too.
that, unless he like plays his idol, then it could be someone else, or he could just kind of like flip it on someone.
Yeah.
So.
But I feel like it's gonna be Gabe.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's gonna feel safe enough. He won't play his idol.
I do too.
So.
If it's yellow, who do you think? Should be Andy, but
it should. If they lose again,
and if he blows up again,
no, it's gonna be Andy. Because Rachel doesn't want to be aligned with him.
Yeah.
Neither of the other girls are gonna want to, and Sam won't want to.
Right, but then if they get smart and they're like, oh, let's bring this loose cannon with us, then they can vote someone else out if they can get the others on board.
Yeah, I think the 3 girls will stick together and Sam will go along with it.
I kind of agree. I think that's actually a pretty solid group.
Yeah, so I'd say Andy would go off of their tribe.
And what about Red? If Rome for sure.
From everything I've seen, Rome gone from camp. Everyone knows he's looking for an idol. And he's just a little too much.
Yeah.
A little bit too loud.
Mm-hmm.
Probably just not taking social cues.
And the rest of them seem to be vibing pretty good, especially the ER doctor or whatever.
Sean.
Yeah. They all kind of seem to vibe with him, and yeah, Rome just seems to be like the odd one out, kind of. Yeah.
So yeah, that's who I'd say would get the boot.
I would agree.
So, but let us know who you think is going to go home next. I mean, tomorrow night's the night.
It is.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it was quick.
Yeah, it was. Shoot. Oh, still have the same 3 for winning it.
Who'd I say?
TK.
I should have written it down. Yeah, man. TK. Aisha, and I don't remember who else I said.
I think I said Soul.
Oh yeah,
even though
Genevieve, I think.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she didn't say a whole lot, but I feel like TK is looking better and better.
He is. I think he's looking great.
Really good.
I think he's looking great right now. So for sure.
We'll see. We shall see.
And especially they've got Gabe on their tribe, who everyone's suspicious about. So it's like, have you seen Parks and Rec? there's this one part where there's this dude that just very like over the top guy is at like a funeral with his sister, and they're like, don't be suspicious, and then they like just start into this dance of like, don't be suspicious, and everyone's just like looking at him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how Gabe is.
Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. Well, yeah, let us know. Rate, comment.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll let you know what we think of next week. Should be fun.
Should be
looking forward to it.
Wonderful.
Yeah. But till next time, yo ho ho.